This episode has been brought to you by DiceyGoblin.com, online board game retailer, where every board game is an award-winning board game. Hey everybody, welcome to Board Online, Board Offline. I've got our brief recap of our March game, which was successful. Our first March game, we did manage to win it. A little bit terrifying because that means we're going to be going into April with zero funding. But let's go ahead and take a look at what the March mission briefing was. Here you go. We have been preparing for this contingency. Coda is causing a panic, so we've hired paramilitary assistance to help with the trouble spots. You are to partner with them and keep things under control until more research can be done on Coda. You'll also need to complete 2 objectives this month. We know you are up for this challenge, and you can see there were 3 different doors that I was going to open to get some secret stuff going on here. So let's see what we got. Well, let's look at our objectives first. This objective, of course, is mandatory. We had to complete that one. Discover cures for 3 normal diseases. But then we've got eradicate at least 1 disease and have a military base in each of the 6 major regions of the world. Now, March only needs 2 objectives, so only one of those needs to be completed, but we can complete either or, whichever one ends up being easier. But wait a minute, that says military base in each of the 6 major regions. Well, what are military bases? Okay, well, let's go over here. We've got a new rule that goes in the rule book in Spot X. Military bases, underneath the structures heading, characters may take military shuttle flights between 2 military bases if their character has a dog tag symbol on it. Players cannot fly between military bases and any other type of structure. This is the military base. Found this inside of, not really, there we go, focusing kind of in there. All right, so military base for you right there. And found that inside of one of the boxes, box number 2. But what about the dog tag that it said over there? Well, I noticed on the quarantine specialist, I hadn't noticed this the other day, but look right there, she's got dog tag symbol on her. And then if you look at the medic, you can see he's got a medicine symbol. Same thing with the scientist. Same thing with everybody else we've been playing with so far, the dispatcher, the researcher. They all have, the generalists, they all have medical symbols on them. Well, then as we're going through the deck, we end up with the operations expert as well. And you can see here, as an action, he's got the dog tag symbol. As an action, build a structure in the city you're in, no card required. So he gets a free structure in the city he's in. Once per turn, as an action, move from any city containing a structure to any city, including rioting, collapsing, and fallen cities, by discarding any city card. So he really can make it into some trouble areas very easily. So that's pretty cool. We also gave the relationship rivals with the medic. And actually, in retrospect, we should have given this to him, the scientist, but we weren't thinking. I don't know. We just went with a medic when we started this up. When a rival plays or discards a card, you may immediately discard any 2 cards to pick it up. So the idea being that we'll probably use that mostly to try to reuse some event cards, but we'll see how that ends up working out. It actually didn't get used a single time during this particular playthrough. All right, so let's go on and see what else we got. For the action cards, we did get a sticker to stick on there for military shuttle flight. And then we got more scars. Yippee, scars. Well, none of our guys are scarred yet as of the beginning of this game. Let's see what these scars are if we can get it to focus here. There we go. Exhausted, you may drive ferry no more than 2 times on your turn. Panicky, you may never enter a collapsing or fallen city. Hobbled, you may never enter a fallen city. Okay, so what else do we have going on here? Let's see. Well, basically, as we were playing, we ended up with a few more. You can see, let's see, Washington was already rioting. Paris is rioting now. London is unstable. If you come down here, these were all kind of like that, I believe. Mumbai is now unstable, which is bad because that's one of our permanent research stations. And I feel like Tokyo got it. I think that happened this time around. Paris is rioting, which, by the way, you see the research, or not the research stations, but the military installations are allowed to stay inside of rioting cities. That's kind of their whole purpose. That's their strength. Oh, yeah, Khartoum down there also is unstable. So, like I said, we got through. We did manage to finish up the game successfully. However, during the game, our quarantine specialist did end up getting a scar. Let's see if I can get this to... There we go. And we gave her overcautious. You need one extra card of the disease color to discover a cure. Well, she's never really discovering cures. So far, we've been really able to funnel cards to our scientists very efficiently. The scientist has pretty much discovered all the cures, so we're not really concerned about that. That seemed like the best scar to give her. She was actually in, I believe it was Paris. She was in Paris when it started rioting, or... Yes, I believe when it was rioting, one of the times that it got an outbreak. I'm trying to think if anything else important happened during the game itself. I don't believe so. So then we won the game. So, of course, our win bonus from the previous game gets destroyed. Then we got some new game end upgrades. Here's some character upgrades. Local pressure. If you are in a military base, you may quarantine an adjacent city with a quarantine action. And formidable. You may use a city card from an adjacent city when building any structure. You can also see there's a missing one. We gave that to the medic. Veteran. You may take the military shuttle flight action. So now you can see he has the dog tags now. He's able to use the military installations to fly around as well. Combine that with his local connections, and we really are expecting him to be very powerful with those two upgrades. We also, the second upgrade we used was these right here. We're now able to have starting military bases. And we went ahead and put one down here in Lima since it is already rioting, and we felt like doing that would give us a better in there. Plus, we have been having lots of problems with the yellow down here. You can see all these are unstable. It just seemed like a good spot. On top of that, just so you know, the way we did win was we managed to get military installation in each of the 6 regions. You can see we had a number of outbreaks, 4 outbreaks. All the way up there, we had 4 epidemics. But that is pretty much it. The only other thing I can think of, our win bonus for April, or win bonus for March going into April. See if I can get it to focus here. Oops, sorry there. There we go. For any game played in April, after setup and before the first turn begins, add 1 military base anywhere on the board. All right, so this was a really fun one. I have to say I made the mistake of saying, oh, look, we're about to win. Back when we had 1 epidemic, or 1 outbreak, excuse me, and then we ended up with 3 more. You can see, took a couple of hits, got a scar, got some more unstable cities, a new rioting city. Other than that, things went fairly well. Really excited to see what April throws at us. Hope you're enjoying the videos. Find me on Twitter @boredonlineboardoffline. And until next time, if you're bored online, board offline.